Hello, everybody out there. At least, hello to the lurkers. I know there's lurkers out there. There always is. It's a cold, rainy yeah, it's a cold, rainy evening in Kentucky today. Non-stop rain. So tired of looking at rain. Would love to get out there and plant some stuff, but it's kind of hard to do when it's just pouring rain. Hmm. It's weird. YouTube says I'm not live. How can that be? No. Yeah, I'm live now. Okay. Got a slight delay. It's always nice when you pay too much for high speed internet, the biggest package they've got, and you're still having trouble. Come on, people. It's fiber optic. Can't be that hard to send a light down a tube. I may have to go in the kitchen and get my first cup of coffee for the evening. I filled the coffee pot up. I put, coffee grounds in it, water, turned it on, walked away. Didn't even think to check if it was plugged in. So, no, I sat here for about 10, 15 minutes before I realized I didn't hear the coffee maker. Looks like we've got 3 watching. Good evening to you, even if you're lurking. Hope your day was a good day. Tell you what, give it a few more minutes. I'm going to go in the kitchen, grab that cup of coffee. It looks like we got a guest. Oh my gosh. It's Shawnee Gross.
Hey, so the internet is blue and I can hear you and see you. So I think we're back
Oh, nice.
because it was supposed to be down for another hour.
Oh, really?
And
Well,
I brought my supper.
wait a minute. Oh, it looks good.
I didn't make it.
Oh, well.
Nope. Oh,
Come on, you're a busy mama.
I took it the day off,
Oh,
which means I have to order food.
hey, no, there's no shame in that game.
So what's been said so far? I missed the first 4 minutes.
I was just
We just
whining
having
about the
coffee.
weather.
The weather. Oh,
Yeah,
yes. Did you show the radar or anything?
I know. No.
Yeah, my
Tell you
weather,
what,
I could complain about my hot weather to you if that's
she as she's sitting in a hoodie.
Well, I knew you were gonna bring up what I'm wearing. I knew it. I put it on. I'm like, he's gonna give me shit for this. It's just cozy, and stuff, so I can hide my pajamas. That's why I threw it on.
Hey, it's okay.
So
We're all friends here. Well,
that's
the two of us.
Kim Richards. I don't think I've met you before. Are you a crafter?
No, she's a
No.
gamer.
Gamer. Okay. Which game? Which
World of
style?
Warcraft.
WoW. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna let everybody watch Shawnee eat while I go get a cup of coffee real fast.
Okay. I'm glad you haven't ran out of coffee.
No,
because I heard that's a bad day.
Lord, no.
So today, for all of you in the replay, I'm Shawnee Grows, and I live in Minnesota, and I like to garden. So what I did today, because it was so stinking nice out, which it was too hot for me, actually. It was 73. And normally it's in the 50s in May here. And usually sometimes we have snow in May, which has happened before. I actually had a vehicle totaled out because of snow in May. So it's a little bizarre. What I did was I have 3 different green stalks. So one of them I started to plant. I put some herbs that I kept in my house all winter long in pots. It was lemon balm, rosemary, parsley, chives, and then I have some celery starts that I showed off on my channel on the live stream. I have too many plant starts, so check that out on the replay. But I took them and I put some in the top because I'm thinking that if they get to full maturity, then they can just grow up into the air since the top ring of the green stalk is open. And it was really hard to stop because it was like once you're going, you kind of just want to start filling it in, like go get the seeds, do this, do that, but you can't. It's too soon to be planting stuff. It's dangerous. I even did a test. Like we put out a cucumber and a tomato plant, and I'm probably going to put out a pepper plant too, just to see if it'll survive the next 30 days. Even though you're not supposed to plant. I think we're going to do it. I already have the tomato and cucumber. Here's the thing. It's technically my son's tomato and cucumber that he grew at co-op. And so if it dies, will I feel bad? Of course. But it wasn't something I paid for. So
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm risking it. It was overgrowing out of he grew it in a water bottle, Barry, with just this much soil. You know how you can cut the water bottle in half and flip the top upside down?
Yeah.
That's what he did. And then so the top had like this much soil and then a pipe cleaner or a string or something, and it led it down to the bottom reservoir, and that's where we put 2 inches of water in it like once a week or whatever. And those roots grew all the way down that string into the water and like needed to get out of the house. So
Oh my God, that's cool, actually.
it was super cool. Yeah. Like when we took it out, the roots formed a perfect cylinder around where the neck of like the bottle cap goes. He thought it was like the bottle cap. I said, no, honey, it formed to the shape of what it was growing in. So we actually took those roots off. So then he chewed me out for that. And I said, well, you see all these roots up here? They're going to grow. These ones were a mess. Like,
Yeah. That is cool, though.
So first experiment has begun.
Let's see, was it 2 years ago, I think. Can't remember when. I did 1 year of the Shed Wars. It wasn't called Shed Wars. It was
Global gardening.
Gang? Global gardening community. Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would have been here all night racking my brain. And then wake up the next morning going global. Yeah. Gosh, what was it I grew? But I grew them in plastic little. Oh, it was potatoes. So instead of putting them in the ground directly, I suspended them with toothpicks. They were just slices where the little eyes were. So the eye was dipping into the water.
Okay. Cool.
and
And it,
not the whole potato because the potato would start to rot in the
yeah.
water.
This is
And
like a white potato?
yeah,
Okay.
just a regular supermarket, Idaho.
Hmm. Oh, Idaho. Okay.
And within a couple of weeks, already had sprouts to the point where that 4-inch plastic container. They were tea bottles, so I don't guess it
Gotcha.
matters what brand, but it's a popular brand.
Well, those are thicker plastic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that, and I think I've got a video of it on my channel somewhere. I'm sure I do. But yeah, and then once they got so unruly, I had to take them out. I
Hmm.
just went ahead and put them in the ground. They did okay. They didn't do great, but it was an experiment.
Right. I've got potatoes to plant that I haven't done yet. My first potatoes I planted, they got dug up by something. I think it was a rabbit.
Uh,
I have to put them all back in their hole.
yeah, but yeah, I've got some potatoes that need to actually be put in some soil.
You do?
Yeah,
Good.
they have sprouted. I
Yeah.
had even, they were just. I need to find the ideal place to put potatoes in this house that would keep them, kind of cool and dry.
Do you want to put them in a container?
Probably not. I think
Okay.
I'm going to put them in that tractor tire. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it because I don't think the soil's very deep in that tractor tire. So
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm really not in a position to buy soil this month. So
No, you have a shovel? Can you
yeah,
dig
of
a hole?
course.
Oh, okay, just checking. I didn't know if that was lost.
No, I've got two shovels. One's a spade and the other one's like a transfer shovel,
Hmm.
like for gravel and coal and stuff like that. Back when we were allowed to have coal.
Did you just say coal? You did say coal. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I did. Yeah. Uh-huh. So it's got a broad, blade to it. It's made to like transfer gravel and things like that. That's why it's called a
Like a
transfer shovel.
like the square head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The sides are raised up so you don't lose it up the side.
Yeah, it has a lip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Uh, potatoes. Without looking it up, pretty sure full sun is fine for them.
Um
But I don't.
I've always grown mine in full sun.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look around on my channel. Uh, I might be able to find that video of the potatoes. Give blah 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 blah. Give you a better idea of what I was doing.
You said, I think what I saw earlier was these storms are just, I was going to say light and fuzzy. Why is that coming to my brain? I mean, like, not dangerous. You know, whatever. Like green, not red, you know?
Yeah, at the point, right? At this point, they're not too. Today it just rained. That's all it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, that's all it did. Like I managed to get uh, that sunset video out. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, on paper
um,
plane. What is it called?
yeah, paper airplane. So
Paper airplane.
get that taken care of, and then like afterwards, it wasn't maybe in half an hour. It started pouring rain again. So, but it made for a nice backdrop for the sunset. I'll give it that.
You got to catch a rainbow now.
Yeah, I've yet to do that. That would
Your
be
drone.
cool. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it will see it. I mean, will that drone camera see a rainbow?
Yeah,
Okay. Or
it should. I mean, depends on the angle and everything, but
how far away?
it may have found a
Gear.
video. Huh?
Gear guided 19. What's up?
Gear. I can't see the chat, but hey, Gear.
I'm having supper, Gear. So that's why I'm like this. You can probably hear me chewing, but whatever.
Hmm.
How's the marigolds, Gear?
Are they Mary and Gold?
I can't plant those yet. It's too early.
I probably can. I'd like to. Wow, that's weird. Okay, so my thumbnail just threw me off. Thought, oh yeah, this is the video. Nope, it's not. So I'm tricking myself here. What the heck? Uh, Let me see here. I'm sure it's buried deep in the archives, deep in the bowels of Storms, Radios, and Cats. Oh,
What do you think the title is?
I have no clue.
Okay, we could even guess. Okay.
I mean, that's not the title. I just have no clue.
Gear says, been too busy between work, spring chores, grocery shopping. You get dates with the old lady? Oh, fancy.
Wow.
What is that like?
I'd like to just have a date.
What is that? I don't even. What is that? How do you even do a date? I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember those days. Hmm. Well, I can see I can see the videos that I've where stuff is growing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, your money saying goodbye, Gear. It's been so rough with the money and all the places, all the. It's just. Yeah. I thought about getting a second
Yep.
job and it brought me a lot of anxiety. So I said, we're not doing that. We're just going to not do that.
Yeah. I get that. It I like to have one that wouldn't, you know, hurt me as far as my SSI goes.
I hear that a lot with people. Yeah,
You gotta be careful.
exactly.
That's why I'm a little hesitant about going further
Monetization.
with my monetization. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dude, why is it so hard to search your own videos for stuff? It's crazy.
Gear says, treated myself to some loofah seeds. Had to buy a stove element and receptacle. Ouch.
Hmm.
That is expensive stuff after you paid for a date and went grocery shopping. So what are you going to do with loofah seeds, Gear? Because I know that when they're young, you can eat them green. I'm wondering if that's your intention or if it is to grow to maturity and dry for the sponge material. Tell me more, Gear. Have you done this before? Are you using it to sell it?
Oh, we have found it. Very nice. Very nice. Mm, okie dokie. Now, the question is, will my laptop let me play it? I'm going to eat one or two to see what it tastes like, then going to make scrubbies out of them. Yeah.
So, Gear, do you make soap? Do you want to put them in soap too, or just have them like a scrubby, like you said?
Yeah. Dude, I've got a lot of. I've got seeds that I haven't tried because I was just a little hesitant about, trying something I'm not familiar with. So maybe this year I'll figure something out. Ah, okay. I don't know. I don't know if really like. Okay, so my ex did that for a while. She made like laundry soap and excuse me, hand soap. But I can't remember how much all that cost, and I don't know whether the cost of the materials, you know, is worth the effort that you put into it.
Yeah, I used to do stuff like that too. But it's like the end result didn't do a good enough job for the whole household. And so if you factor in paying yourself for the time to do it, it wasn't saving us money.
Yeah, we didn't. You know, she might have got a dozen, bars of soap, and that's using a silicone mold.
Yeah.
And then she made the laundry soap, and I think the laundry soap ended up taking the rest of the materials. So no, it's just really not cost effective unless you're able to just get a huge amount of ingredients to make it.
I like that gear that you're trying one new thing each year. A lot of people sometimes do like too many new things at once and then it's overwhelming.
Yeah,
Or they just don't care. Like, I mean, you can do it either way. You can just try it and don't care what happens or not, right?
yeah.
I don't think I have a long enough growing season to do loofah unless I had it in the grow station, and I don't have room for that kind of stuff.
So,
All right, I'm seeing you share a screen here.
is it working?
I can see you messing with volume and settings.
Okay.
There's nothing playing yet, though.
That's
It's doing the glitchy thing.
oh, hi, but I don't see you.
Just a long intro.
Let me pause. I'm gonna pause that. Let me see
Show
if I
me.
could drop the quality. Nope, it's already at 720. Lord, the buffer. Maybe get that out of its system.
I know, right? Gear says you've got to
Technology.
make a lot to save a little. The benefit of it is knowing what's in your soap. It's like I've gone down 3 different times, I think, just with laundry soap to
Seriously
pinpoint one that's like not
now.
chemically. Hello? What's going on?
Oh, it's
Buffering. Growing little potatoes in container.
yeah. The regular like Idaho potatoes. These were the little ones. Uh, like ones that you could just throw in a pot of stew. Uh, I remember I had probably more than I could eat, and because they were given to me, they were in the bags. So those plastic crunchy bags. I don't think it's going to play.
Storms
There you
here.
go. Let me just pause it because you got a picture. This gives you an idea what I was doing. Let me just bigify it. There we go. So that camera wasn't that great, the one I was using at the time, but you can see that they have sprouted in the water with roots all the way down to the bottom, and then they got stems growing out the top. But yeah, they were all baby potatoes, and yellow and red. They did okay. Their output wasn't as high as I was hoping for, but you can see the Burpee greenhouse over here. Yeah. Shame it won't play.
Went out and picked
Maybe
up
it will.
some all-purpose potting soil. This was about
Yeah. Here goes the
Pure
buffer.
Living. I believe that's their brand. And you got to say 5-gallon bucket right here. We've already punched holes in the bottom because this was split. Although we will be watering our plants, and the plants that we're putting in here are potatoes. Look how well those are doing. These were full of water, and I just made little holders to keep the potato above the water. I'm
really surprised it worked.
And that was in the water. I don't let the water actually touch the potato itself. Matter of fact, I have a newer one that I just planted, and you can see it's just barely touching
I think your roots
the
broke
bottom
off
of the
that one.
potato, but there's right there as they start, so a little slip. So these have gotten out of control, and I've waited too long. I need to do something with it because this is what's going to produce your potatoes. I've done this once before, had good luck out of it. The only thing I didn't do, my timing was a little bit different in the past, and I didn't try planting potatoes this early in the spring because Kentucky tends to have all the seasons in 1 week, sometimes in 1 day. And like this week, daytime average is going to be about 55, maybe close to 60. The overnight temperature is about 38 to 45. So give or take. So this time of year is so messed up. And we had, a couple of weeks of warm, beautiful weather. And then it just said, you know, you got to pay the piper. So we ended up, having this cold spell. So
Hey, Dark Paw.
yeah, that's what we're facing. And I think these
Hey, big.
potatoes are probably going to have to stay in the house under the grow lights. The potato and tomato plants that I have outside, I'll probably, I'm really having a hard time talking. I don't know what the problem is, but I will probably take those and, bring them in and keep them under the lights if at all possible. So let's get started. Let's move the camera around, and then we'll put the potting soil into the bucket, and then we'll put the potatoes in the bucket and try to finagle a light. I just have two. I may end up having to buy another grow light. another light fixture, and a grow bulb. These seem to be doing really well. Um, I've got all kinds of starter plants going. So anyway, let's get to it. All right.
You hear how chunky that dirt is?
And normally there's about 20 quarts in 5 gallons, and that's liquid quarts. And but I'm not going to fill this all the way to the top because I only bought one bag. I wasn't really even sure they had anything that I wanted to buy that I could afford, and wasn't already chemically treated like MG. We'll just call it MG. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The chemically formulated soil. I don't use that crap. I like to use the good old fashioned soil. And this was cheap, $3.50. And we're gonna go ahead and just dump that in there. Since it's 14 quarts, that's roughly about 3 gallons. So that's not the full 5-gallon bucket. This was an old bucket that's just sitting around. I did punch a couple extra holes in it. Really didn't need it because, as I said, the bottom of this bucket was split anyway. So it wasn't going to hold any kind of liquids. Now let's work this around. And, well, yeah, that's what I kind of was worried about was how much wood could a woodchuck, well, never mind. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of sticks in here. This looks like it was picked up off the ground in a lumber yard. But the soil itself is very rich. Smells like freshly dug up dirt. That's what it smells like, and so I think it's going to be okay. There's even little pebbles in it. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I wish I could bring the camera closer, but I haven't. We got a messed up phone mount. So let's just. So there we go. This about came to the top. It's not quite 5 gallons. Maybe closer to 4. Okay, so I already got the hands dirty, but I'm gonna use the trusty Fiskars trowel, little baby shovel, and I'm just going to scoop out some holes here. So nothing real exciting there.
Good eye, Shawnee. Yes, it is.
I'll know pretty much what I'm doing right there. Is just making a hole big enough for it to accommodate both the potato, and the roots, and of course the potato can serve as food basically for growth. So it's going to kind of cannibalize itself. Of course, the sticks come out. We'll save that for. I don't know if I'm going to grow any more potatoes or not. I'm doing pretty well with potatoes. And these aren't going to be big potatoes. These are small potatoes that they actually come from a company called Small Potato Company, and they were really, really buttery and just really awesome tasting. So what I'm going to do is hopefully reproduce them, because if they're already sprouting like this, they're going to make potatoes. So I'm not sure exactly if they go ahead and just pick them early, or if this is a special breed of potatoes that are naturally tiny. So I put this in here.
Barry,
I'll
does this
show
have the
you.
harvest at the end of the
Get
video,
the
or is that a separate video?
bucket over next year. It's been a weird day for me so far. It's more than your typical Monday. I already smashed my thumb. That was from putting holes in the bucket. So anyway, what's a little work without
Okay,
some blood and
that's
sweat?
enough of that. The outcome was I think the container was too small. So let me see.
Is it 10-gallon at least, or no? Just 5?
That was a 5, yeah.
Yeah, too small. Do you have a harvest video?
I don't know if I do or not.
Okay.
I think I was no, I don't think there is. I was a little disappointed. So I mean, it didn't make as many as I expected. Uh,
I don't know. I put mine in the ground because I don't think I have a 10-gallon or bigger container available. They're all being used. And I'm not buying more containers. I have enough.
just read your message. What?
Oh, the private chat?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay. Yeah. I was AFK. Doing stuff.
It wasn't thunder, was it?
I think it's somebody with explosives because it doesn't
Oh.
sound like a transformer going off. There's no storms. It doesn't sound like a pew pew. And I heard it like during boop. So
Hey, Carol.
Sunshine Tropicals. I think somebody's just messing around with explosives.
Sounds like fun, actually.
It's like there's somebody around here that does it like once a month. That's just their thing. I swear it's the same people. Good to see you, Carol. Hope you rested today.
More than welcome to join us, Carol.
Gear's still here.
Gear? Wait, Gear
You
doesn't
must
have
be not working.
I want to thank Windstream Kinetic for allowing this to happen tonight.
Yeah, I thought maybe with the rain we were gonna have not a show.
Whatever they had, whatever their problem was the other day, I guess they fixed it because it wasn't just me; it was Randall and his brother both were having internet issues, and
it's
myself.
better
So
now it's all better for everybody across the board.
seems like it. I
Okay.
hope.
What have you been working on with radios lately? You take one apart and resolder it or anything?
I was going to, but there was stuff around the house that needed to be taken care of.
Did you
I've
do
been putting
wiring
off.
in the kitchen?
No, just
Okay.
I cleaned. Yeah,
Oh, you should
I
come
mean-
clean mine.
the man cleaned the house.
I don't want to clean. I hate it.
Yeah, well, it had to be. I mean, it was like I just put it off because I did not have the energy.
The problem
Yes, again.
places are like the shower and the floors. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, well, that's another thing too. When did mops get so ridiculously high and cheap at the same time? Like
Yeah.
poorly put together. You know, like the
It's like
handle, I could just bend it.
Mm-hmm. Or like this part is plastic and it snaps and then you're screwed. Like,
Oh, I got a couple brooms that are like that. Yeah.
it's like you better just use a towel in your feet That's a better
Get
tool.
on my knees and do it, Use my pant legs or something. Hi. Now. Oh, baby. You're just so deprived, aren't you? No, you're not. Oh.
My bed behind my banana mat this year is getting crazy direct sun. I have to replant it soon, bleaching out everything. So what goes in that environment better?
You show your pretty face on camera. Right here, like this. Right here. Right, there you go. See? How handsome you are. You're very. Oh, you want 5? Give me 5. Can't see you. Give me 5. Hey, give me 5, Tiger. Come on, we've worked on this. Give me 5. Not bite. I don't want 5 teeth in my thumb. I want a high 5. Or low 5 or a 5 or whatever. Oh, fine. Okay. Bye. He's not having it.
Gear says my seedlings are ready to be up potted to a solo cup, but probably going to wait a few weeks and just put them outside. And say, how about that? Oh, okra, yuck.
I love okra. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, that's these damn seeds I bought. I feel like they should be in the ground already.
Getting like seed anxiety about it.
Yeah, it's bothering me, really.
They'll be okay if they wait.
I'm going to put them all in.
But it's like you only need to rough up the soil, like a half an inch maybe, and then you could sprinkle them on and let the rain finish. But it's probably, is it too muddy to even do all that? You guys have had rain and rain and rain, you said.
It probably going to be muddy.
Oh no, do I sound congested?
A little bit, yeah.
I've been trying to figure out what's happening to me.
Well, yeah, I roll of toilet paper in the room with me. I've been snotty, and so have like 3 of the cats. Cats.
I forgot to look that up.
And I was like, okay, this is, I mean, like, there's one behind the laptop. Dusty has had it worse than anybody. Like,
do their eyes gum up too, or is it just the nose?
Just seems to be the nose.
Okay.
Oh my God. I mean, like the first time I noticed it, I was like, okay, most of these cats don't go outside.
Yeah.
My Calico Paint, sometimes she goes outside, but as she's gotten older, she's kind of like, yeah, I want to stay in the house. I thought he had rabies. I'm like, well, how in the hell would he get rabies? Because they foam, right?
Oh boy.
And I thought, how in the hell would he get rabies? He doesn't go outside and none of the other cats have it. I'm like, wait a minute. And so I, just like you're taking care of a baby, cleaned his face off and everything. A few minutes later, it started back up again. I'm like, okay, and then all of a sudden, like, before I could even clean him up, he started sneezing just like nonstop. And I felt bad for him.
Well, I do have a question. Have you changed their food?
Yeah.
They could be allergic to it.
Yeah, it could be. That's what a vet friend of mine said was an allergy to something, or there's something in the house that's changed that they're not used to. So that's part of the reason why I spent today cleaning, despite.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Like today, I've got a little bit more energy, but it's kind of like this all day long, up and down.
Like do a burst and then rest, do a burst and then rest.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this damn ringing in my ears. I've had it for several weeks now, both ears.
I've been waking up with ringing ears. Yep.
So,
I
which
think
is
yeah.
solar, you know. We've had solar storms.
No one else in my house has said anything. It's been only me. So that's when I really am like, is it first of all, I'm like, is it my grow station causing this? Like the damp soil that I sleep next to every night? And then allergies just because everything's waking up outside.
Yeah.
People mowed, two people mowed, one on each side of me today.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I I was okay when Kentucky Goblin was mowing my yard. I was
Mhm.
fine. It was after everything started to dry out. And then once those grass clippings dried out, that's when I started, kind of getting sniffly and stuff.
Does the discharge out of their nose have a color to it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's how I know there's no infection.
Fantastic then. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I mean, they might snap out of it, but, I just feel bad for them.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for like what's the quick something you could do to remedy that. But I'm not getting very far with this.
Oh, well, thank you. He plays tough guy, but he's really a big sweetheart.
There's something driving by. I can hear it.
Yeah. People that are loud vehicles around here just I think it's more of a hey, look at me, I've got a loud vehicle. Can you see me now?
Do you have the thing that tests what either humidity is in the house
No.
on the wall? Okay, I can't think of what it's called.
Hygrometer.
I think that's what it is. I have the. It's got like 3 things. It's on my wall. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I see it. Look next to the bookshelf.
So,
Yeah, excuse me.
okay, we'll just cough and hack together. It's okay.
Okay. Very good company then. uh, I did, as far as radio goes, I did a little bit of stuff. I I got a new scanner a while back, and uh, it's a little
Wait, what?
bit.
You got a new scanner?
Yeah, it's a little bit different than my old scanner. My old scanner had a keypad on it, like this walkie-talkie has. It has a
Yes.
keypad, so you can punch whatever you wanted in. Well, everything's in this scanner, but you have to go through this long, lengthy process because there's no keypad. And there was some frequencies I wanted that weren't popping up. So
So did you know that when you got it that it didn't have the keypad?
yeah.
And you were like, sure, let's try this?
Well, yeah, because it's got really good
Okay.
reviews, and
Okay.
so
Okay, so Gear bought 4 pineapple tomato starts. Those get big. And then a sun sugar cherry and a chocolate cherry and basil. Something about a husky cherry tomato plant that had 3 in it.
Hmm.
I'm catching up on the talking on the chat here. Oh, Gear's on TikTok? Oh, okay, Carol. Hubby get to work on the van, Shawnee, or order parts? My blinkers are getting done Tuesday. They started to go out. Okay, so what happened yesterday was in the 85 classic vintage Chevy that has 4 on the floor. So like, where normally first is, reverse is there instead of reverse being down and over in the back. And so just prefacing how it's driving, right? So he drove it to somewhere down the road and was driving on the way back, was on a hill. He did accidentally put it in reverse and then it jammed. It got stuck in reverse and he
Okay.
couldn't get it out. So he's now under the vehicle, checking linkage, pounding on things. Had to have somebody come with a truck and they tried to tow it. That's when they figured out it was stuck in reverse, popped it out of reverse somehow. I don't remember what the details were for that. But I was questioning which part of this in the communication of, clutch, shifter, transmission is the problem. And so he thinks that the hook, the fork that like the linkage talks to, and then like the clutch and the slave cylinder is what we need to replace versus
Hmm.
this and the tranny. And so like it's bent. It's an 85. Everything is, you
Yeah.
just bend it back, right? But
Yeah.
like now you've created a weak point. And so to tell the today's story, he's driving it fine. Like he drove it to the same place because he wanted to put his moon sunroof in that takes up the entire, it's bigger than, it's huge. And so that's what he did today, Carol. And so I don't know what's happening if, because we talked about the money of, remember I told you yesterday, Carol, about the money. We talked about that, but we did not talk about ordering parts and what the plan is for this because he's got 3 van shows. June is one, July is one, and August is one, and he already bought his tickets. And he wants to take the 85, not the 95.
Uh,
Oh, and he found a dead mouse. So we parked it at the offsite garden in the winter, and I think the mouse count is like 8 right now that we found so far because he ripped the whole floor out. He now ripped the headliner out and like never wants to do that again, essentially, right? Leave it outside at the garden.
yeah. Yeah. I had a 74 F100 that, no, it sat at this guy's house for months. Nobody wanted to buy it, and the price was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I only gave like 600 for it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I had a friend who was a really good mechanic, so he did it for next to nothing, and just he went through the whole thing, like transmission, motor, everything. And I kept turning I'd turn the heat on, and those fans aren't the strongest for those things. I turned it all the way up, and like this stuff was blowing out of the
Mm.
vent.
Is there a nest in the air
Yeah,
filter?
and I could smell it. I said, "There's got to be a
Yeah.
mouse in the dash somewhere."
Yeah.
So one day I had off. I pulled the whole dash. Oh, I'll never do that again if I could help it. I took the whole dash apart, which, I mean, to be honest with you, that old stuff is easy
It's like
compared to the new stuff.
it's like I don't know, 8 to 10 bolts maybe, and it's like one piece
Yeah,
versus now everything has tabs and
yeah.
screws. Yeah.
Oh, and you drop your steering wheel all the way down, so it's like, if you were sitting in the driver's seat,
It's
it would be on
yeah.
your lap.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you just pull it up over top. But uh, the back then, some of those vehicles, especially I think, especially Ford, they used like this weird. It's almost like a dryer vent hose,
Okay.
for the heater vents, and I barely, like, I reached for it. And I was going to pull it off of the vent, and something moved in there. I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Okay.
And so I'm assuming that was the only one in there. And I pulled it off the vent, and I just stepped back, and it took off running. So
Oh, you didn't stomp it?
no, I didn't even have a chance. Hey, Radio Jonesy.
Radio Jonesy. Hello.
Uh,
I was watching your video about um avoiding people, which is one of my favorite things to do. Is it emergency? What's happening? Is it the uh we had bought a barn find. We bought a Jimmy. I don't remember what year it was. Had to been 80s. It's like where you can fit a carton of cigarettes in the dash tray, that kind of rig. And there was no
yeah,
mice in that, and it was great. I think it was $800. The only thing is, I was driving it out of town a couple times a week, and I had took a passenger with me, and they were like, "I'm never riding with you again. This is not safe." And I was like, "Whatever." Hey, Randall, Kentucky Goblin.
What have I walked into?
We're talking
Do I need
about mouse nests and
to, do I
vehicles.
need to back out and come back in again, or
Would you like a grand entrance? Ooh, what are we sipping on? Is it coffee?
we ain't supposed to talk about that sort of thing on
I'm
YouTube?
having. Oh, okay. Shh, we won't talk about it. They're talking about making money on TikTok or something.
That's illegal.
I feel like what? And then my husband's old Buick, when we were first married, got lovely Florida roaches in it. And it was the car I drove when I was pregnant. Mark and I were talking about. Yeah, you guys know his name, so that's fine. Mark and I were talking about. We used to live in an apartment building across from a bar, and we lived with cockroaches. So we were talking about that today. Oh, gear. My dad had an 86 Jimmy manual trans. Mine was auto. And then what little paint it had was gold. The rest was rusted or gone. Yeah. Radio Jonesy's on his lunch break. How are your plants, Randall?
Wet.
Yeah, I've heard about the cyclone circling of rain over you.
Well, I'll never get it out. I'll never get my garden out. But I got plenty of time.
It's like, it's right. You could still wait 30 days and still have a garden growing food.
I guess it's still too early. I don't care what anybody says.
I can't do nothing for mud, and there's a bunny situation.
Yes, it take probably a good week to dry out the garden before they even get into it.
Yeah, you have all your stuff on the table outside still, or did you have to bring them into the shed?
Well, no, they're still outside.
Oh, okay. Gear, it'd be wallaby, not kangaroo.
I'm probably going to peg my corn out. I'm just going to go ahead and put my corn out. I'm just going to peg it out. Peg holes in the ground and drop it in there and keep going.
Okay. You're doing one variety?
Hmm?
You're doing the peaches cream one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm glad we got the rain, but if it had come a little later, but that comes when it wants to, so that's nothing I can do about that.
Well, and then the whole, like, it should be spread out more.
It's still, we're going to still get some more rainberry. So
There's a lovely radar.
it's already raining out there right now, sprinkling. Oh, but it is what it is. See it there doing that. It was worse.
Tired of rain.
About midday, it was going around and around and around like a little. It was going counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Just right over the state in one spot. I've never seen it do it before. I'm sure it probably has, but I hadn't paid any attention to it.
How are the creeks doing?
I guess they're full of water.
They're not like over yet? Okay.
No.
Okay.
But we ain't got to that point yet, but
Okay.
we sure had our share of rain, that's for sure. I just wish it had come at a different time, like I said, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's cold there?
A little chilly, yeah. A little chilly today. It's been jacket weather today. It's 48 right now.
It was 73 here today, and it's 60 right now, which is not normal. Normally, it's 48 here.
It'll work itself out. I know one thing, I have to get my mowing caught up. I don't know when I'll be able to do that.
Well, it'll all probably grow now fast, huh? With all the rain and then all the nitrogen.
I still got a weed eat what I mowed Friday. Ain't even done that yet. They come that torrential monsoon.
Yeah.
Caught me, caught me on the mower. I just got done.
Oh,
When,
you were out on it when it came?
yeah, I just
Oh,
got done with one cemetery and coming back. I seen it coming, and by the time I got
yes.
halfway there, I started. Oh my God! It just opened up. I had my rain poncho on, which I came prepared. I went prepared. You know, I know that you can
Well,
probably
but
catch me.
what are you going to do about lightning?
That was my biggest concern. If
Yeah.
it started lightning, I would went into the nearby barn there and camped out there until it was over with. That's what
Right.
I've done. What are you doing here? Well, ain't none of your business. You want to stand out there and get struck by lightning? Be my guest, but you know that's where I'm at right in here. I may get struck inside this barn, but you know I still got one layer of protection anyway. But
Oh, that sounds great at this house. Just the last 4 years, I see one on occasion.
no, that wind got we're just maybe 500 yards from the house. And, oh my God, that wind! It started hailing, little pea-sized hail,
The pea, yeah.
and it was I could feel it beating on my poncho. Of course, I was dry underneath there, but my feet was soaking wet. But I came prepared. Now, if I didn't have that poncho, I would have been pretty wet.
Well, the thing I noticed when I have my nice raincoat on is I don't have rain pants. And so where the jacket ends, it's just a flood
Yeah,
of water on whatever if you're sitting or standing.
yeah.
I need the pants too, clearly.
Well, I should. All I have was a poncho, but uh, you know what? My bottom part of my legs and my shoes got wet. But uh, God, it come. It's just like somebody opened it up, poured it out in a bucket. That's how hard it was raining there, man. God, I'm just glad I wasn't out there earlier. You know, when it done it. I was watching it and timed it pretty good. I said to myself a couple of times, there ain't no way I'm going to beat that. There's no way. But I did. I got it finished mowing, but like it's going to help anything because still probably have to go back over it again after this rain.
Yeah, we had somebody fertilize their grass with a
Oh my God.
with a
Fertilizing.
with a nice. It's like psychotic right now. I'm like, what did
Oh,
you
well, no
do?
wonder.
What did you
My
do?
God.
Yeah.
Not me. I ain't fertilizing no grass. No. No.
Did your motor come in yet?
Nope.
Okay. I can't remember when. It hasn't been long enough, I don't think.
June 11th when they said it would be shipped out back ordered.
Okay. I won't ask you then until then.
Well,
I
I
get it.
guess I guess you look at it one way. I guess if I don't have it, so I can't do nothing with it anyway. But
Carol, I just saw your note. You asked hubby if we could move to PA tonight, and I'm what? What did he say?
Curl, yeah, he wouldn't have mowed it in the rain we had Friday, unless he wanted a clogged up mower within 10 minutes. It was already high enough. It was already high enough to start with because I let it go almost 3 weeks before I mowed it.
Right, and it's
And I was
like,
trying to conserve it because it's just a cemetery, and I was trying to,
yeah,
but I can't let it go that long anymore. I got every 2 weeks. I can't wait 3. Because it was already high enough anyway. And on top of everything else, I said, oh my God, it's a mess up here right now. I hate getting it that way. I like to keep things, caught up in there.
because you do how many sites, including your own property, on your mow route? 5?
I'm probably 3 or 4.
4, okay.
It ain't bad considering if it's just a normal time, but
1 day a week each, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got to mow it, and You know, I ain't worried about it. It is what it is. I'll get around to getting caught up one way or another. And on top of everything else, the wind that very same day, my plants, everything I had out there on the table,
Yeah,
the wind blew my little miniature greenhouses out the yard.
I wondered about that and the
Oh,
hail,
it
and
scattered them all over the yard. And here I was picking them up. I said, "Oh my God,
you did go get them. Okay.
these things ain't gonna grow for sure now." And I just don't know. I just gave up on them right now.
Okay.
They may grow. Then again, it might have messed them up or on that, you know.
I'm back.
We used to have to weed whack in the rain, Carol. I worked for the city. It was the parks department, and I hated the way that was ran. I should not be weed whacking in the rain.
Well, I done it one time. I got stubborn. I was just about done, and one time, and I said, "Well, It started raining, and I just kept on mowing. But normally, you're just wasting your time when you're mowing in the rain like that because you ain't doing nothing but just clogging your
Uh,
mower up.
And the blades and everything.
Weed eating is a different story. You can weed eat in the rain if you had to.
Yeah, it just gets stuck to your pants legs.
Well,
You just get covered in grass. That's all you
Get-
do.
really sad inside your mind too, because it's like, why am I doing this?
But that's the only thing I can still do that around there. I no biggie, but
Carol,
it
you
is. Like I said, it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure I don't want to try that around here.
Randall,
I'm not gonna wear no. I'm not gonna go pantsless out
No.
there. That'd be just like I'd be asking for it for one thing. Out there and get grass all over me and everything, you know.
You get a visit from Rock Girl.
And also probably get a sheriff's deputy coming for asking me what I'm doing with no pants on, and possibly taking me to jail for a decent exposure, and probably the nut farm for being out there with no pants on. I'll probably have to have an alcohol test, drug test, and proctology exam and everything. They'll run all kinds of tests on before it's over with. Hey, Shawnee, you heard the joke one time? This joke's entitled "When You Should Mind Your Own Business" is what this joke is entitled. There's this guy. He's walking down the street, you know, and he passed by this insane asylum, you know, and they had a bunch of people out there in the yard, you know, but the yard was fenced in with a high plank fence, like a privacy fence. And they were jumping up and down saying 13, 13, you know, over and over again, as loud as they could say it. What are they doing over there, he said. He walked around through there a little bit further and he found a crack in the wall, you know, in the fence where he could look through. He poked his, got down and looked through there, and one of them poked him in the eye with a stick. And then they started saying 14, 14, 14. He was the 14th person that had mind your own business now, you know. What do you think? Well, you know, his biggest thing was, what was they saying? 13. Now you found out. You can take that home. You can think about that the rest of the week. I did. They sure made bleed around me. My eye still hurts.
Did you see him bite my nose?
I did not. No.
Oh, good. That's how he says, "I love you." He bites your nose.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait for mine to start getting start moving around so I can lure them out of the closet.
Is your plan, Randall, with 6 kittens?
I don't understand the question.
Oh. They're gonna live with you?
Well, I guess I can't get rid of them. I don't want to get rid of them.
Okay. You're going to love them and feed them and hold them and
Well, yeah, it is.
show us.
You know, it is what it is, and then probably
Your
gonna
name.
have another litter before too long. So the other one gets. She's probably that way too. So I don't know. I'll probably have to get some of them. Well, I can't keep them all. Surely not next litter anyway.
Does your grandkiddo want some?
No, they got cats their own.
Okay. Did you name them yet?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till you start. I'm gonna start luring them out of the closet like I did the last litter.
Yeah.
After get in there, I start luring them out, showing them how to get out,
Mhm.
because they'll stay in there. If you don't,
Right.
you're gonna lure them out. Say, hey,
It's a nice mix of fur patterns.
yeah,
I was really surprised by that.
it is white and with a tinge of orange or yellow, just a tinge. Yeah, weird. They're great. They're bigger than what I, normally should be. I guess they're good and healthy for sure.
They
I thought,
definitely look healthy.
I thought she would lose. I didn't think she'd have that many to start with, but and I figured, her first litter, she'd probably lose them all, if not one or two. But and may still do it. It's still early, but they can go a week without, and they're still okay. Then they'll make it. Oh God, you ought to seen her. She was puffed out. Mary saying one time, she's puffed out. It was like she's having a basketball or something. God, I never did expect 6 though. I said 4 at the most.
Hmm.
But my God. I know who the daddy is running around. It's a yellow tomcat been running around here. He is definitely is the daddy because one of them's a yellow cat, so a yellow kitten. So he definitely.
So mom's name is Rusty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They ought to call them boats, Rusty Boat.
Jeez. Because you already have Dusty.
Dusty.
Don't you have a Dusty or is that Barry?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Okay.
Dusty's my baby.
Oh, I'll wind up naming them. I'll have the exotic names for all of them.
Exotic? Okay.
They'll be very exotic because I'll usually come up with wild names.
Hmm.
Whatever first pops in my mind is what I call them.
Yeah, Carol, I'd use the word psycho definitely too for that situation.
And when they get older, I have even more names for them. Even more names when they get into mischief.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then there's like a middle name, right?
Yeah. I know an
see.
old man one time. He said he went forever, and he thought his name was Bastard because that's what he was called when he was little.
Oh my.
He said he thought for a long time his name was Bastard.
The power of words in the mind.
Mm-hmm. He thought that was his first name. Come here.
So here is
See, my
my
mind
buddy
works
Beck.
unusually. The
Here's
names will
what?
pop up. Huh?
Are you sharing something?
Here's my buddy Becca's babies that she had to take in. She's fostering them.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's when they were 3 weeks old.
Well, them's up there walking around now, but them ones of mine is just a little bit smaller than that right now. I'll say they'll be up or trying to crawl around, or they're already crawling around right now. It won't be long till they'll be up like that. About another 2 weeks. Do I need that many cats? No, I don't. Could sell them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I'd be unhappy. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
Probably. Have not.
people do that. They call it a rehoming fee or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So but I've got some on the back porch. They're going to end up being feral.
Yeah. I thought
Which might be,
I thought she
huh?
was gonna have these outside too, but for a while. Like, or she'd want to go outside when she was pregnant, and I
Yeah.
said she's gonna wind up having them outside somewhere, and we'll never find out where they're at. But she did. Yeah, it's. Oh, but
They must
anyway,
be, the kittens must be in the bedroom, but there's one that wouldn't let me pick it up for the longest time. I had to work with it a little bit, and now it's kind of warming up to me.
yeah,
But still, if I surprise it, like it's not doesn't notice me in the room at first and turns around and sees me there, it kind of freaks out.
yeah. It's still a little bit nervous and stuff. It take you. Those two kittens that came here at one time from out of the blue, they were really feral, and it took me about 3 weeks to get them. And my granddaughter, she's the one who first tamed them. They come right. She went right up to them. They didn't even try to run, and after that, it was easy. But they can be tamed down after you catch them up soon enough. But I know one thing. This rain has really held everything back. That's for sure. But we could be wanting this, wishing we had this rain in about another 2 months.
Yeah.
Uh,
We
I'm
had
glad, one thing I'm glad I don't have my garden out right now, because it could be just completely drowned. And a garden, you can have too much water, is not enough, and mold will start if mold will start building up and drown, on your plants and stuff. If it's too wet. I had that problem one year, and oh well. Well, don't let me hold up the conversation. Somebody say something. My God. Come on, Shawnee. I know you want to say something.
I turned my mic down because my phone's ringing again.
I heard it.
And I just turned my phone off because
Oh, where'd Shawnee go?
I don't know.
Maybe she got bumped off or something. They didn't say, can I say, would you like to buy some insurance?
Oh no, that was a messenger phone call.
Oh,
It was Brian, but it's like you can't like stop it and then send a text message saying I'm live. So
yeah, she could be a wakey child. She might have a young one running around there. It's maybe. Well, one thing, I'm gonna get caught up in some stuff anyway. I guess if it's raining tomorrow, that's what I'll do. And all my, videos or whatever, get them worked on.
yeah.
Everything in moderation. That's all you can do on times like this,
Yeah.
Normally I would be worried about it and aggravated, but I don't let it bother me anymore. Whatever. Mm-hmm.
So Carol is your new pup used to the place now? I'm sure it's had plenty of time to get used to everything. But Tiger, I don't know what you must there's food in there. I know there is.
That's what these are. They'll go right there and there's food in the bowl and they'll go in there, make a circle around it, looking at it. I said, I'm not putting no more new food down. I'm not going to do it. You ought to eat that. No, I don't like to smell it. I'll just take my hand and go in there and just mix it up.
Yeah.
And they
there we go. This is officially one of my live streams. Got cat rear end on there.
Yeah. You can't have a live stream unless you got cat butt up in there. Yeah.
Give me 5. Good job.
Sure.
It's about time you done it for us. I've been working on that with him. I get pretty good at it.
Now, if you can teach him to tap dance, you'll be me in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to come on camera for a live stream.
No,
put it on him.
Let's put him up there and give him a little cane and a hat and a top hat, and put him to work. The dancing kitty. Yeah.
Yeah, his treats are he gets to live another day. Pretty sure they got.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm sure they got plenty of food.
I seen the other day where you're on a different streaming outfit. Zine count.
Was I live streaming the scanner?
I think so.
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, I really didn't explore it all that much. I just grabbed it real quick because it was a new account, and I really hadn't been keeping a track of how many hours I have left on StreamYard.
I know I got plenty. I ain't been using much.
Yeah. I figured I did too. I mean, if I do every other Sunday, I'm left with.
Yeah, you should have plenty left. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I didn't want to use up, that time on StreamYard, streaming the scanner.
Right.
But
yeah, as soon as I get my shelf built for my radios in there, my CBs and stuff, I'll get that all lined out. And I might do a little bit of radio streaming. But
I want to make that extended extra bedroom that they put on into my bedroom and radio room, but other stuff's just seems like it's more important. So
yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing. I ain't been worried too much about it. I got everything going on right now, and I only can do things when I get a chance to and have the free time. And it was like I worked on and uploaded 2 more shows the other day because I had time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. But I don't know.
But it was such a habit for me to upload drone footage to Storms, Radios, and Cats that today I almost uploaded that video to the wrong channel. And I caught myself. I'm like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carol was talking about the palmetto bugs, and there's one on my wall right now. I hate those things. Let me see if I can get rid of it.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that one's dead.
well, I know people just popping pea holding on in their mouth
Yeah,
and eat even green beans. You can eat green beans raw.
yeah.
Just,
I'm one of those people that do that.
you know it. No biggie. I didn't know at one time. I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, you can. I don't think I want to eat very many of them like that because
No, it's like a nice little just a
the
little
snack.
snack
Yeah.
thing, whatever, just a
Yeah.
treat. Some of the I think the Kentucky Wonders you got a spine that you have to peel off because it'll be stringy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But once you do that, I mean, yeah, I don't care. So they're really good that way.
Yeah. I'll eat them. Yep. Like I said, I know a lot of people's already got garden stuff out, but that don't make me any anxious because I know I can't get it out right now. So I'm not really worried about it all. Like I want to get my corn out and get it started, but if I have to, I'll go out there and peg my corn out. I'll go out there and do it. Corn, it don't matter about corn. Well, it don't actually don't matter about anything, but you can peg it all if you want to. But I'll get it done at some point. This means things will be a little bit later and might even wind up being beneficial, but waiting later, you know. But I'm afraid that we're going to, no matter how you look at it, we're going to have a rough time with garden. The climate's all messed up and the weather's all screwy and
And the sun is still having temper tantrums.
and you know what was typical gardening techniques are not going to work simply because the weather will not cooperate. And if the weather don't cooperate, then you can have all the special nutrients or whatever in there, and it ain't gonna do a bit of good.
Welcome back.
If
Can you
it's
see and
if you,
hear me okay?
Yeah.
what
Okay.
you say, Barry? I can hear a mouth, but what you? Where did you go?
So to catch you up on how my night's been going, Randall, all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 hours ago, the internet stopped working, and I thought it was a
Oh,
me problem. Like first, I checked to make sure I paid my bill. Then I reset everything, checked the
mhm,
app,
mhm.
blah blah blah. Then I finally get a text. We have an outage in your area. The neighbor
Oh,
was We have an elderly neighbor who came out on her deck and was like, "Why isn't my TV and phone working? Make it better." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "It's the whole block." And
mm,
I told Barry about it and was like, "I don't know if it'll be back in time for me to come up." And it was back an hour early, and then just now was the time it was supposed to turn back on. It had
uh-huh.
shut off. It like reset itself.
Oh,
but we're blue again now. So I came
Mm.
back
Cool.
to tell you a
Yeah.
story.
A
Would you
very
like to
good
hear
one,
my
actually.
story?
A very good one.
Of course.
So there's some kind of competition. I think it's the state of Iowa. I don't think it's Minnesota, and I don't think it's Wisconsin. It's some kind of fishing thing where they release these tagged fish, and it's only from like this time, this day, all this day, and then the next day ends at a time. And if you go fishing in the approved places where they've dropped these tagged fish and you pull a tagged fish out, depending on the year it was tagged or something, it equals what the fish is worth. And then you record it like they took it to a bait and tackle shop and took a picture and marked the tag down, put it back. And then if someone catches that fish with that tag again within that, like, I don't know if it's 72-hour period or what, you have to split the money. Well, this friend's mom found a tagged walleye and is getting $43,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Holy, wow.
Now, obviously, it's taxed, but still.
Yeah. Free
What?
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day, any day.
And then the other thing that happened today was we had wasps because it's warm out. So there was 3 that tried to build. I'm assuming they're trying to build a nasty thing in my
Yeah.
entryway in the back of the kitchen. And so if you try to come in my house, you get, you know what I mean? So the kids were yelling at me because I was killing beneficial predators for the garden. And I said,
Mhm.
look, when they try to come in your house, it's a different game.
Yeah.
And so there's still 2. I saw 2 for sure alive, and I have some spray. So I might spray the doors.
Yeah.
Because stay the hell out of my house.
Yeah. You can't, once they get in there, it's continually having to. Oh, it ain't like if you kill them out, it ain't like that's the end of them because there's more of them where that come from.
Exactly.
You're not going to get rid, you know.
So then I'm like, well, we've foamed places where we've seen them build, and then they just find another one. Like we've got these dumb awning things on our windows from like the 60s, and they build in there. And so we've got to
Yeah,
go in
walk
and
will.
knock
Yeah.
them out. It makes shade, on the window. It's so stupid. They
Yeah,
just rattle in the wind. I hate them.
I can kill her. I'll kill every wasp I say nest.
So yeah, like you can live somewhere else, not here,
Yeah.
where I get in and out of my house constantly.
Yeah, I don't care for the stinging of the wasps at all.
Yeah, no, right? Mm-mm.
I went all last summer without getting stung.
Gear uses a torch. That's a good idea.
And one part of the house, I was trying to had the bottom off, and when they were doing something, a big wasp nest. I bet there was 50 of them suckers in there. And I kept on killing and killing and killing and killing. And I bet you I killed at least 50 of them. And before I got them thinned out there. And I never did get stung. I said, my Lord, I went through this. I killed all these wasps and never did get stung. It's a wonder. But yeah.
The 60s were a great time to be alive. Just saying. Oh, look, I have popcorn ceilings. Hate them. Bad idea from, pretty sure it was the 60s.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't like it either.
goodness. I have to go get a beverage. Good grief.
Okay, go get one.
All right, Shell. I was just about to ask you if you wanted to come up on the panel for a few minutes or whatever, but if you got to go, you got to go. It's good seeing you. Or at least seeing your words on the screen. You be careful going to work.
Hmm. Oh well.
Off for 10 minutes. Okay, I think the StreamYard link is at the top of the chat. I think I pinned it there. If anyone could confirm that, that would be awesome.
Or deny it.
Oh, there she is. The Shell
Hold on.
Chronicles has joined Storms Radio's and Cat's Sunday night chat. How you doing,
Let me
lady?
let me my TV. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Shell the one that had the cabinets fall off the wall?
Had a who? What? Do
Are
what?
you the one
Where?
that had are you the one that had the cabinets fall off the wall in the kitchen? With the new dog?
With Dorothea?
I don't know the name. I'm trying to figure out if I met you.
Yeah, I've met you before a couple times, darling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, now my puppy's favorite thing is to run around with a screwdriver in her mouth.
Oh my
Hmm.
God. Of all
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, her name is Dorothea May. So she's named after a female serial killer and then a movie about this lady that goes psychotic and starts chopping people up into dolls. The movie's called May. So her name is Dorothea May, and her favorite thing to do is run around with a screwdriver in her mouth. So
Do you sleep with
That's-
one eye open?
I'm telling you, I'm so glad she's kenneled. She is a little psycho, but she's so sweet.
Okay, well,
I've heard of that before.
that's
Yeah.
scary.
That is her screwdriver. And like I have no clue where she even got it from. She must have found it somewhere in the house because we just moved into the house like maybe about like 3 weeks ago or so. And it must have been one that the people that were working on the back porch, they must have left it back there because it's not one of ours. She just randomly showed up with a screwdriver one day and it's hers now. So there's that.
Well, at least
think
if
I've
you
heard it
need a
all.
screwdriver, you know one's that.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Who needs a tool belt?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah, just tired. Work in the hotel. I work the weekends. I work the graveyard shift, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then during the week, I do in-home healthcare. So, just tired. I mean, I'm getting there. We got moved in and getting everything set up. It took 2 weeks to get my water because the water was on, but there was a leak in the pipes underneath the bathroom or under the house under the bathroom. So they got that fixed, and then they had to do something with the thermal coupler, maybe in my hot water heater.
yeah, that
So-
sounds right.
Yeah, so it took a couple weeks to get hot water on and going, but I finally got that. Now all I have to look forward to is paying all the bills.
Oh, yay.
That's always fun.
Mhm.
I always like doing that.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I mean, I get
So
so
am I.
excited I can't sleep at night.
I can't wait just to spend that money. It's fun.
Oh, it makes me cry. I don't want an adult anymore. After seeing all these
Yeah.
bills, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's no fun anymore.
Yeah.
We were in
And then-
such a hurry to grow up, and now that we've grown up, we're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, it's like for why?
Yeah. It's funny my parents didn't warn me of this.
Right? I think they do it on purpose. Ugh. Will,
Yeah.
how's your cats doing, Barry? You can see I have a floor to ceiling cat post up here that the
Yeah.
girls have just been loving, absolutely loving.
I got one from
And then-
Kentucky Goblin.
Yeah. I had So I built some shelving units to go up around the top of my wall, and I decided to leave the step ladder in my room and went to bed. And my Siamese decided she was going to go after the WWE championship belt by climbing up on top of that ladder and just like down on top of me in the middle of my sleep the other night. Yeah, I woke up screaming, scared the crap out of me. I flung her. It was so bad. So, yeah, I mean, they all seem to be, they all seem to be settling in pretty well. We got to get a, Dorothy and May, we got to get a fence up in the backyard for the dogs and all that good stuff. But,
Yeah, you was in an apartment, weren't you?
Yes. So,
I bet
for
this
the
is a
past,
big
like,
step.
yeah, I think like almost 3 years we were living in that apartment complex, and it was a really cruddy apartment. But I love this house. It was built in 1935, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like all brick. It's a brick house. It has this really pretty like archways and stuff on the porch. It has I don't know if you can quite see it over my head, but there's like a built-in hutch right here in the wall.
Cool.
And then we've got a fireplace, and it's really pretty. It's just a little vintage brick home. It's gonna end up costing us, because we're doing rent to own. But to be honest with you, I'm okay with that, because my rent payment for the apartment was $550 a week or $550 a month, and my house payments are only $650 a month. And we're doing rent to own on it, and our taxes at the end of the year are only a couple $100 for property taxes. But we're gonna end up paying like over $100,000 for the house. But
that's typical.
Yeah,
You can't.
I
There's
mean,
no way around that.
no. But at least it's mine, and I can do what I want.
Yeah.
It's mine, and I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Peachy. Hi, Peach. Hi, Mama. Peachy's.
Oh, look how pretty.
Yeah, how's a Peachy baby? Yeah, I just had an appointment. Dorothy M.A. Oh, you can see Woo back there. I took them all up and got them fixed. The Humane Society was running a sting. You can bring the cats in and get them spayed and neutered for $20 each. So I took all 3 of the girls in and got them all spayed. And their little bellies, where they shaved their bellies, the hair is growing back real wrong on Lucifer. It's growing back like real sparks. You know those shirts, like they look like the shirtless chunky guy with like the chest hair all over the place type. You know, talking about those shirts and those things. That's what her belly looks like right now. She's got like these hairy man boobs going where her little belly was, because her fur's not growing in right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best ever. And she's getting so big. So big. I will. But yeah.
Yeah. Some cats, when they're spayed and neutered or whatever, you know, they will get big sometimes.
Well, hers is that, what do they call it? Her primordial pouch situation, you know, just that big old bag of chunk that they get going on their belly.
Yeah.
Oh man, hers is getting lethal, I'm telling you. Oh, just lethal, because that's the only place she's getting big. Is she's not big anywhere else, because like I have a 14-pound cat in the other room. She's a big girl.
Lord.
But Lucifer is just that little I call it her little fupa, but it's just her little belly that just hangs. It's terrible. But what did they say? Australia houses are like almost $1 million?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Jesus.
Yeah, I cannot wrap my head around it. But I mean, here in America, we've got houses that are
Oh, she dropped out.
by the time you pay for them, in the end, you're paying upwards of $1 million or more.
When you factor in
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
not-
Every bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
the minimum wage in Tasmania, I think is $24 an hour, if I remember right. I didn't look it up, but we talked about it one night. So I mean, take that into consideration too for the price of stuff.
Yeah.
Not that it's right, but
I mean, I'll never own a house, but still, I think I would move into a van that was fixed up for living in before I had a chance to move into a house of my own.
I am not.
Welcome back.
Oh Lord, I don't even know how I did that. Oh boys.
Carol says up northern Florida, they're up to $300,000. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, have I have seen homes way more than that, and you wouldn't believe how much an apartment in New York is. I mean, I don't know how people do it up there.
mm-mm.
The big question is, why would you want to live there? So that's the next question.
Right. My manager up at the hotel, she's from New York and she moved down here and she's absolutely fabulous. I love her to death. But yeah, some of the stories she's told me, it's just crazy.
No, I mean, like I watched Cash Jordan, and he said now, because of the police presence has been like moved to the subway and some of the key points, now the upper class, where they're paying upwards of like 1,000 or something more for an apartment or a house, those people are targeting those houses now instead of the stores.
Mhm.
So all the stuff that they're leaving the stores alone now, and they're going towards the people who live in these homes that are thousands of dollars rent or whatever, and they wait until somebody leaves or goes into the house, and they just barge in and they take everything they can get. And so now,
Ridiculous.
like every time the police gets one area covered, the bad guys are on the other side of town. There's just not enough cops to cover everything.
That's crazy.
So, owning
That's
a
why
house.
that's part of the reason why I moved out of Wichita, Kansas. Way too much crime there. Now, given I used to cause a lot of it, but anyways, honey, it was 10:20. I got to get ready and head up to work. If you guys are still going to be on, because I got to clock in at 11, so if you guys are still going to be on, I'll pop on the computer and watch you guys. But
Yeah.
Got to go make that dollar. So
That's right. Well, it's good seeing you again, Michelle, and be careful going to work.
oh, I will.
Have a good
All
one.
right. You
Take it
too, Kentucky and Shawnee Barry. Bye, guys. Dorothea.
Bye, puppy. Bye, Dorothea.
Oh boy. Shawnee is. What are you doing, Shawnee?
have you heard from Hot Mess Missy to see if she made it to Texas, Barry? Okay.
No.
I worry about her.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm just sitting here, Randall. What are you doing?
Sitting here, hiding behind my avatar.
I see that. Yeah. What are you picking your nose?
Picking my nose and scratching my backside.
Hmm.
I
Perfect.
didn't want to. I know anybody wouldn't want to see
Okay.
that. But here I am again.
Ah,
Yay!
No, he's not going to do it. He just he
Yeah,
doesn't.
she might have made it down there. She might be.
I mean, I didn't check her channel to see if there's an update. I just was asking.
Yeah, I didn't even know anything about that.
Yeah, and the way notifications work on YouTube.
I could probably. It's
Well-
called Hot Mess Missy, right?
Yeah. Well, it's no, it's Let me bring her. I want to bring her. I'll put the link in the
Yeah, I don't
Private
think I have
chat.
her. Okay, cool.
so that you can bring it up because obviously I can't. And my cat, I don't know. It's Tiger's show now, obviously. Oh, he's such a lovey boy, though.
Oh, Carol, the neighbors smoke in their house, and then it's the whole like each side of each house smells outside. And I guess I can't complain if you know what I mean, but it's like it's such a different world we live in now.
Sometimes I do, Carl.
Yeah, Gear, the move-in ready factor. Like, yeah, you might be able to get a house for 40,000, but it's not move-in ready, you know.
It's a fixer-upper down here for that.
I just looked at one off of the lake, and like the yard's all tore up. I don't think it had a driveway or a garage. It had all the outside done, and then the inside was just studs, and it's 120,000.
Wow. Well, it's because it's next to the lake.
And I'm like, and it's on this
That's
weird like dead end,
Yeah, but
like
You know,
the lake thing,
they-
the
they
swamp. It looks like a
figure-
swamp.
they figure somebody's going to, get it, for that.
Good luck with that one. Wasn't for my family, that's for sure.
No, it's I don't mind doing a little bit of here and there on it, fixing it up here and there for something.
That's fine, yeah.
But when you got a completely not for that price. No, I'm sorry.
Well, like
so
landlord
they're-
trying to sell it.
Yeah, it's
Like the landlord trying to what?
That'd be like the landlord trying to sell his house. It ain't nothing but bare bones right now. It's
Oh,
so
okay.
bad.
I wouldn't have it if you'd give it to me.
I wouldn't either.
Burn it down and
I was just
dope
gonna
and-
say, burn it down.
But what I don't think it's amount to right now is to be burnt down and bulldozed over and cleaned up.
I still wouldn't want it.
It's a dead spot. It's just
No, Gear, it's not a nice lake. It's not a nice spot.
well, if you wasn't expecting a whole lot, yes, it might be okay. But if you're expecting to move in and hang your pictures on the wall, you can't do that because it's whole thing's showing a stud. You can hang them on a stud.
All the houses that I've looked at in the last week, Tuck's going to bed. Tuck by V1, see ya.
All right. Good
Have a
night,
good
Tuck.
day, Tuck.
For joining us.
The houses I've looked at this week, that would be in my price range, and we would all have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a terrible location.
Well, that's the
Awful.
main part. Yeah.
Every single one of them. Because I know, obviously, like that is not a good place to live.
Well, you got to think of one thing when you're going to buy something. Like, you got to think of the neighborhood.
Yes.
And if it looks bad, and if you see police tape everywhere, every other yard, you don't need to be in there.
And it's like, I know what all the sounds are over there. I know what the traffic is. I know what happens during certain holidays of the year over there. Like, I'm not buying that.
Because once you sign up to John Henry on that, you're stuck with it. So you better check it out really good. It's best to be a little bit, mindful of it.
There is nothing on her channel. that talks about what's going on at all.
No. I can't remember the full name of her group on Facebook. So it's something about the rules of.
It's Mike and Missy Got Hitched is a Facebook link.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the group you're talking about. I was just looking for an email.
No, the rules of living in a or see living
Art
in
and
a,
RVing? I don't know. Well, if you hear something, you just, if you're allowed to share it, that she's there.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll send her a message and see if she's okay though, because
Cool.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
This is where your sombrero. Oh, tomorrow?
If I decide to move tomorrow, it wouldn't be very far from around in this area. Any place else is just out of my comfort zone.
I don't ever want to move, but I know that day's gonna come.
Yeah, that's
Same here. Radio Jonesy, are you going to film any of this for us? You going to do videos there, or is it vacation only stuff if you're still in the chat? I just saw your message.
Oh, can maybe one of you can answer this question for me, or somebody in the chat. Just out of curiosity, and I don't know if you ever had any of them, but the rotisserie chickens that you get at the front of the registers at Walmart.
Fuck yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're usually pretty good if they've not been in there too long
Hmm.
in the under the lamps.
yeah.
I just wonder if they deliver those too. I mean, they deliver fresh food to you. I just wonder if they
you mean
deliver the.
yeah.
Ah,
I can get that delivered. Like I can get the ones delivered. Do you know what Quick Trip is? I don't think you have those there. It's a gas
no,
station.
we got Spark.
They
Oh,
have a
okay.
better rotisserie chicken than Walmart. It's better, and they deliver that.
People
But
say that Broasters is better, but I've never had any, and I've had the Walmart rotisseries, and I know they're good.
Do you have a Walmart membership?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know if I do or not, honestly, because I haven't. They haven't asked. I don't think I do because I'm disabled.
It
I know I'm on some kind of deal with them.
it's just like cheaper to have delivery if you're a member. But what did somebody spill on my computer? What? Sorry, I just
Uh-oh.
noticed something. It doesn't.
The evidence is there.
Sticky situation. I'll have to get. I can't do it. Oh, I bumped a button. See, I can't touch it while we're using it.
Somebody's done something.
I just know here, like I live in town though, Barry. So I mean, do they deliver
Yeah.
to you specifically?
That could be the difference.
That might
I've
be.
had stuff delivered. It's called Spark through Walmart.
Because I can get it delivered within 2 hours.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Well, I can schedule like in the app. Well, both the app and the website, on the computer, you can schedule what time of day. It's always going to be within a 2-hour period.
Yep.
So don't plan like, we're going to have supper at 6, but the chicken might not get there until like 6:45.
Oh, and then like today, it was supposed to be here between 2 and 4. The stuff that I wanted, and it got here. I think it got here at 6.
Hmm.
They didn't have a driver till 6.
Yeah. Well, so far it's been consistent. I've had the same delivery people,
No way.
and they're pretty sociable people. So, although I didn't talk to them today. Today they just kind of. I was in here trying to get something to work on my laptop, and then the notification came up. By the time it came up on the screen on my phone, they were already pulling out of the driveway, which is fine. I mean, I'm sure they had other, deliveries to make. But Cat food was a very big priority
Mm.
because I bought a small bag to hold over, and I was like, I'm gonna get a big bag because I'm tired of like buying cat food.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's that
Plus,
stuff like
I
that.
needed
Yeah.
Dollar General did. They have fly paper, which blows my
The
mind.
the ribbon one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've got these gnats. I don't know where the hell they came
Oh,
from.
I forgot about this. Yes.
And I'm like, these gnats are driving me crazy. I swear there's 20 more than what there was last time I looked. And I said, I've got to do something about this. And oh, goodness, kitty. So I ordered those along with the cat food. And
Would you want to do like the vinegar baking soda down all the drains to see if they're coming out of them?
that wouldn't be a bad idea. I've got
I don't know
both
if that
of those.
actually works. I don't know
I
if
don't either.
I'd have to look it up, but that's what my brain is going. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. Because it's like you got like bananas hidden somewhere. Where are they?
No, no. Everywhere I've ever been, it's had bananas. Well, I didn't look at Walmart. We were there, a few days ago, Randy?
Mm-hmm.
But the Dollar General out here always has bananas, but they're always green, and I don't like them green.
Well,
Okay.
you know what happens after they're green?
What?
They turn
Besides-
yellow.
Well, I know, but they're good when they're yellow.
Yeah, you just
I
bring
like
them
them
home.
if they got
You just have to
specks
wait.
on them. I like them. I
Oh,
don't care.
bleh. What? You're a speck eater?
No,
You
they won't. Hey, as long as you peel it back and the banana itself isn't brown, I mean, you can always cut around it.
That's like a smoothie banana in my house. We're
Well,
not eating.
I don't care as long as it's banana.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'm not going to buy from Walmart is strawberries. Anytime you can go to Walmart and buy strawberries and take them and throw them out in the yard, and a week later they're still there and nothing's touched them, they can't be
What?
healthy for you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah. I've never done it myself. I heard people saying that's exactly what they done. Throw them out in the yard, and a week later they still be sitting there,
That's not right.
and the ants won't even touch them.
No, I've never bought strawberries from Walmart.
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get some just to see if it's actually true. But that's what they swore them down. They said it was a week later. They still laying right there where they threw them down at. Usually something like that rotted away by that time.
That reminds me too. I'm glad you mentioned that. I still need to go up the top of the hill when it's not pouring a freaking rain, and dig up those strawberries and move them down here.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Err.
I got 2 big strawberry plants out behind the building planted, and plus I got some little sprouts. I don't think they mounted too much, but I say they're going. These here are going to be doing pretty good. Strawberry plants.
2 of my
Mhm.
strawberry plants here are flowering, but the ones at the offsite garden are cold still. It's not as warm there. They still have to set up.
These strawberry plants came from Owensboro, Kentucky. Where to begin Homestead. She sent them, and they were, they were wrapped, like the roots were wrapped in
Yeah.
damp paper towels. And since they didn't have to leave the state, they got here in one piece. So. Yeah, I don't want them like getting cut down, so I'm gonna bring them down here.
Definitely.
Because somebody was talking about moving in up there, which I think me and Randall think that's a big joke, but
Yeah. Well,
man thinks he could fix that house. He should have done that before it got in the shape it's in.
I told you what to do about it to fix it where they can't fix go there, but you ain't done it yet.
Yeah, well,
You don't get my diabolical mind to moving. 'Cause I can think of all kinds of stuff.
There's one wall that's already pulled away
It won't take
from the,
much to.
from the joist.
It won't take much
It's
to
at the
bum rush
bottom.
it.
So they're like this. They're like bowed. So this would be the floor joist, and here's the
Mhm.
wall, and it's like bowed like this.
Mhm.
And if I had to, I could. I mean, literally, I could push on it from the inside, and I could see the ground. And he's talking about putting new floors in it.
Yeah, good luck with that. How's he gonna do it when there's no wall there? I'll tell you,
Oh,
Barry, I'll do it. If you open that back door, I'll go in there and I'll push my feet against it. And when I push against it, that whole wall's gonna come down. We'll fix that. Well, what happened there? I guess the wind done it.
well, we had some storms come through.
Well, we had some bad storms there. I mean,
The wind was unruly.
what can you do? That's the way it goes. That wasn't worried about. If we know for sure, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, Carol, if we had gas running to our houses here, that would work. But yeah, there's no natural gas running up the road. Well, there's a pipeline up the road, but yeah,
We can. You don't have to worry about that situation. It can be remedied.
I honestly don't think he's going to do it anytime.
No.
Anyway, you know, he's a lot of talk with no action.
No, he won't. He'll never. When I get done with it, he won't. Ratchet straps ain't gonna do no good.
Well, and it's like when a tenant leaves a property, a landlord doesn't just not go inside for 6 months.
I can.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
it's that bad a shape, I'll lay right down on my back and put my feet against that wall, and I'll give it one good.
I mean, that wall's already been patched once, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know what they used?
This like bubbly foamy white thing. No. Okay.
For mica.
What?
You know the brown board for mica?
Yeah.
It's only, about that thick.
It's just they just had some laying around. Like,
But yeah, I went to Lowe's and he didn't want to spend any money and just like, what's he think he's going to do when he goes to replace the floors in there? He's going to spend money.
yeah.
Let's just go to Lowe's, shall we?
Are you gonna pull it up?
We I can.
Like you were saying, it's like what's happening where he lives now? Are they getting
don't know.
removed? You know? Why all of a sudden is he talking
We
about
speculated. We speculated that he could have gotten kicked out because
Something's
his
going
crazy
on.
girlfriend is a hoarder. She's a hoarder.
And the other word too.
all the words?
Well,
Just make a list.
they all start with H.
Yeah.
What are they putting on floors now? OBS? That's
For
what
a
they
base?
put on the floor, isn't it?
Like a subfloor? Yeah. Plywood.
Oh, you're looking at.
I'll be right back.
Let's see here. Come on. Stupid mouse is doing that shit again where you press the button that doesn't do anything. Come on, I pressed it down. Okay, there it goes.
Gear says horse.
Yes.
Carol, I don't think they want that
I don't
person
see
in their
him
neighborhood.
spending. He might. If I was going to put
Sure.
flooring down and use this garbage, I would use the 1/2 inch. But no, he'll go for the 7/16. Only because it's $15.98. I'm sorry, but if you're going to put a floor in and expect it to last, you get something that's a little substantial. I don't know. Everything just reloaded on me. I don't see him spending that kind of money. I know exactly how many floors need replaced.
I like the square footage.
Yeah.
Gear says, went back to taking mainly leftovers for supper.
You know what?
Get tired of making sandwiches. And Carol says, Darren bought turkey this week. He eats a lot of PB&J. Okay, I have something to add to that, but you said you were going to say something. Go ahead. You know what? What?
No,
Is it about the
go
floor?
ahead.
Oh, okay. So
I forgot already.
we're talking about packing lunches is where my brain's going, and it's gonna be like it can be 78 one of these days this week, and then 73 and 75. It's just you have a different eating menu when you have that type of temperature in Minnesota with my husband's work. So I'm gonna do deli meat pinwheels with like the veggie cream cheese and a tortilla, and like you put meat and cheese in it and you roll it up. And then he's got potato salad, and I didn't make the macaroni salad. I should do that tomorrow. And then I'm gonna make like the bean dip that's cold that you dip a chip in. Like otherwise, Gear, I've been saying figure it out. If you want food, go make it on the weekend so you have it during the week, like when you would grill a bunch of stuff, Gear, because nope.
Yeah, that's me right there, Carol. I bought a big jar of peanut butter and some grape jelly because there's some nights I don't want to cook. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of cooking for myself.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Which
The
sucks because who else is going to cook for me?
Survival and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I have someone I know that is alone living and is just, it's another job is the way they describe it, to feed yourself, to come up with what are we doing, and then doing it, and then eating it, and then shopping for it. It's just another job.
But, it is a necessity to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yep. Yeah. And, I thought about it the other day when I was in the store. I thought, I could probably just save some money and start buying lunch meat, that way, because when you buy a flat pack of chicken, it's kind of high.
Like chicken breast.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, chicken now is almost as bad.
$3.99 a pound here, which is bad.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as like. First, we started out with beef, which I mean, I can't obviously not buy it, but beef was the first thing to go up, right, in the price.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, pork's been somewhere middling, but then now it's like chicken is right up there with the beef, and I'm like,
yep.
Who the hell is thinking up the prices for this shit? Because
show me how we came to this conclusion.
Yeah. It's not made in the back of the damn Walmart.
The thing to decide is, do you want to spend, like, let's do an example, $25 on a bone-in half ham butt, and you make that, and then now you have that many pounds of ham to then, I guess, freeze, because you're not going to eat that in a week, I don't think. And
No.
she could have said no. Or you spend $10 on sliced deli Black Forest ham for 1 pound, or you spend $4 on a ham steak and get one meal. Like, what do you want?
But I mean, lunch meat does seem like maybe a better choice, but the problem is, like, if you go to Dollar General, you're I don't think they even sell a pound. Do they? No, I don't think
Because
they
it's
do.
like today I got where they slice it in the back thing, not the prepackaged sliced deli meat,
Like
and
the deli. Yeah.
it was $10 for a pound. I got one turkey, one Black Forest ham, which was a decent price. Sometimes it's 12. And I normally never buy my deli meat from Walmart, just FYI. I don't know if this is gonna
Yeah.
be any good. I buy it from Hy-Vee, but because we didn't want to make something and then cut it up for sandwiches, we just wanted it done already, right? Just give me the meat.
Yeah.
Carol, dude, I went down a deep dive into stuff like that because we were talking about the price of things on where is it raised, who bought it, who sold it, what's the price per head. I don't have to worry about it where I live, about where my beef and pork came from at all. I don't have to worry about it here.
Okay.
But for the rest of people, be smarter.
Okay.
Be smarter shoppers. Okay. Carol, that's what I'm kind of freaking out about because I've never ordered meat from Walmart. So if my husband gets sick, I'm going to tell you it was they didn't clean the slicer. And then deli meat has all kinds of stuff in it, you know, the not so good ingredients.
Nitrates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Carol can't have that.
No. Like I was trying to get it for somebody because they were sick of cooking, and we decided that they'll suck it up and just make the roast, make the, pork roast, the ham, and eat it that way because it wasn't worth it to put the deli meat in their body, kind of a conversation. I have a good bacon, but then I'm losing the pork. I've been doing salad kits, which I get nervous as heck about because of the sicknesses with salad kits, but I just need it freaking done for me already, okay? Like, there's no meat in it.
Yeah.
I do the meat part, but I just want the cool blend of greens and some crunch and the dressing arranged for me. Oh, well.
It's kind of been.
Life is so hard, isn't it, Charlie?
Randall, where you been?
I've been secretly listening.
You weren't sitting there.
How do you know?
Barry just shook his head.
Michelle Minton Prepper, she did a short, like she just went to the store the other day, but I think it was specific to that store. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But they were like pre-made salads.
Yeah.
And then she would add something to it, other things to it. And it came with a slice with a breast, a chicken breast.
Oh.
So like she would cut that in half, and then she'd eat part of the chicken, part of the salad, and then save the other half for another meal because it's just her and her daughter. So
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The bags make 2 meals for me. Yeah.
yeah. So it's. But I remember a time when you could go to Kroger, and they had an actual do-it-yourself salad bar with everything, and they weighed it by you paid by the pound.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was. I filled one of those plastic containers up to the point where you almost had to force it closed because I was going to get my money's worth. I knew, I was going to pay a little extra, but it was fresh because it's going to be fresh.
Yes.
And now, it was before COVID, and it's gone. And I went in there and they had some guy, like some kind of sous chef, doing all this bull crap and everything. And, I said, what is this? I said, where's the salad bar? Oh, we don't have that anymore. Can I make you something? I'm like, absolutely not. Because I knew the price was going to be up there. There was all this fancy, almost like you had to cater. Like, I'm not catering. I just want to feed myself with a
Yeah.
freaking salad.
I go to Kroger. They have 2 or 3 of them little booths set up down through there.
That's what I'm talking
Little,
about.
little
Kroger-
islands. Little islands.
Kroger used to have that's where they used to have an actual salad bar.
They got two or 3 of them there now, sitting there out there, little islands out there. You think you're in some kind of restaurant or something.
You got a bougie restaurant, you know. I don't want that. So, I mean, you're almost better to buy the separate ingredients, but then you're still paying a little bit more, or get a pre-made salad kit.
Yeah.
You know. But the pre-made salad kits or the bags, you know, it's like whatever they want to call them. If they've got that moisture inside, they look fogged up. I won't touch them.
Correct. Yeah, and you gotta watch the
'Cause you
date.
usually-
Yep.
Yeah, because you usually taste the plastic bag it's in.
Because I've bought all the pieces, right? Like I got the baby greens mix. I bought 2 kinds of cabbages. You get the shredded carrots, maybe kale, and you mix up a bulk your own, and then you make your own salad kits, right? Because it's like I have nuts on hand. Tortilla strips are a topping, croutons, anything crunchy, any kind of nut. And I've done that, like my own. But that's so much chopping and cutting, and I just wasn't in the mood. Like tomorrow I'm gonna have to cut all the onions, all the peppers, boil the pasta, cut the cheese, I have all this.
Cut the cheese.
Yes, I must
You,
cube.
you gonna cut the cheese tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
Should I send you a video of it?
Yeah, you should. I'd like to hear that.
The juvenile part of me heard.
You can tell your brother, Randall.
You can cut the cheese, Shawnee, tomorrow.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
A rabbit-shaped Kit Kat after you had pizza? Carol, I ate all the cake and the mousse and the chocolate salted caramel pecans. I'm gonna be jonesing pretty soon. I ate it all. There's nothing. I have some dark chocolate in a cabinet
Would
left.
you not save anything for somebody else?
No, I don't share that. The kids
Oh my
know
God,
it's
you're
not
sick of-
theirs.
Wow, wait.
Mom stuff. It's mine.
you know, I love Reese cups.
Yeah?
And the holiday Reese's are the bomb because they're made better. But why can't the everyday, no holiday, no special event type Reese's be as creamy and as smooth as those Reese bunny rabbits or the Reese? You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's something different about a Reese peanut butter bunny. You know, they're creamy. It's like somebody made it from scratch at home. You know,
There's more sugar with the holiday ones, says Carol.
it's probably right.
Mm-hmm.
And the giant ones that they have, which they're like 2 Reese cups stacked almost. The top is really hard, really like you froze the chocolate. I don't know why it's like that. The rest of it's soft, but the top of it's like a rock. I don't know. But and that's why growing your own stuff makes more sense. You pay what you pay, you get, even if you go to the Dollar General and take a chance with their American seeds, that's
Sure.
2 packs for $1. You might have to buy soil. God, I mean, growing your own is just cheaper than going to the supermarket anymore.
Ain't much difference.
Yeah, I joked about it. I wish my whole backyard was a garden. I could sell some and keep some and give some away, and yeah.
Well, you know, I'll be able to experience some sort of gardening for too long.
Oh, you poor little baby. Are you not? You're not get enough attentions. I know that's bull. You get all kinds of attention. Depends whether you're being a turd or not. Oh, hello, Dusty. How you doing, bud? Feeling any better, buddy?
I bet you Shawnee's cutting the cheese right about now. That's why she went.
I am not doing any kitchen work right now.
Okay.
It's not happening.
I need a Willy Wonka garden.
I was writing somebody back, Randall. I didn't want to be on my phone on the screen, so I took my screen off.
A pack of Twix share size. I'll share with me, myself, and gear. Yeah. I used to think that the Reese cup or Reese bars, they were like this big. I used to think they were amazing, but the last time I got one, it was just like the giant size Reese cups where the top is hard. It's like it's frozen chocolate. And I said, okay, that was a waste. Of course, I don't like it.
A lot of that stuff is it don't even taste like chocolate anymore. It tastes like rubber. Like you're biting down on rubber.
What in the heck, Tiger? Yeah, so what? I don't know what tomorrow brings. More rain, probably.
Oh yeah, what is your probably rain? Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. I think it's supposed to be plumb into Tuesday. So
Shh.
Carol, I like my chocolate in the fridge too. Depending on what it is, most of it, yeah, I like it in the fridge. I keep it right next to the probiotics when I feel good about myself.
Yeah. Next break we get is Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. We're so not getting rain that I might have to go water stuff at the other garden. Which I'm not ready for that. It's freaking May.
Wow, Randall, here we are being selfish with our rain. We should share with Shawnee.
Just like, you guys got more snow, I'm pretty sure, than me.
Yeah, we get if you're here in Kentucky very long, you'll get a mixture of all kinds of different weather. If you're here long enough, you'll like some of it. You just here long enough. But this is very untypical of here. Very untypical.
You've heard of speed dating. We have speed seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's
in
in
one
here,
week.
the morning is different than the afternoon, and then the night, and then like you're saying, the whole week. It's a different thing every day.
Well, if you don't like the weather 1 minute, just wait. But we're kind of in a weird spot. We get we get from the north, south, and east and west. Well, not really so much the east, but we get it from like north, south, and west.
Yeah. Today, like I said, today it's been going around and around and around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just looked like a hurricane right over top of us.
I look
Yeah,
at
weird, though.
Something needs to come and push it out, you know?
I looked at it today on the radar. I said, "What in the crap am I looking at? It's going around and around."
Mm-hmm.
There's one, when I looked at it first time, it was just in one spot, just sitting there. Next time, it moved down a little bit southwest, but it was still going around and around, and around counterclockwise. I told Barry on the radio, I said, "Well, just get ready. It's going to be raining some more." In case y'all wondering, Mr. Obvious signing off.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not worried about it. People seem to, it's very easy to get all upset over something like that. But I'll get it done when I get it done. It's just the way it is.
Okay, Carol. Thanks for hanging out with us, and have a good night. Better day tomorrow.
Everything in moderation.
Except rain, evidently.
Well, I'll take it in moderation. I mean, why not? Now, if I had everything done, I'd sit back on the porch, just watch it rain.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
Yeah. And I still do that. I still go out there and watch rain.
Randall, did you see my video yesterday in the beginning of my plants?
No, I didn't. I have to keep
Bring it up.
If you want to see my plants that I have in the house, like my plant starts, just watch the first, I have it.
You can share it here if you want to,
Oh,
or I could go look for it and try to bring it up.
everyone here has seen it but Randall, so Randall should go
Well, I can look at it later. Ain't no
and look
biggie.
at it later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To see I'm proud of my plants, and I want to. You always show your plants in videos because you're good at making videos, and I'm not. So I did a live stream where I just held it up.
Oh, you'll learn.
I have to practice the videoing.
Just do it off the cuff. Don't worry about it.
Just you'll get the feel for it, and you could probably do all the steps in your head, and it'll come to you while you're doing it, and then before you know it, you're choreographing your own videos before you even,
Because it's
just
like.
a lot of
Go ahead.
a lot of times it's just I think this is how I'm going to do a video, and then it always ends up being a little different what I had in my head.
Yeah, I do. I have this is how I want it to turn out, and then I have no filming skills or lining up a shot or moving in and out. It's like I don't like
raw. Be raw.
I wouldn't watch this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that about a lot of my videos, but
Yeah.
oh well.
I'm
I
looking
never
for
said I
video
was a professional.
No, I know.
Yeah. If I was a professional videographer, I certainly wouldn't be wasting it on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'd be out there making the big bucks.
What, you're not an image analyst like Mr. MBB?
No, I wish I was. I'd be making crappy ass videos like he does.
You can't make this stuff up. Well, yeah, you can. It's called Hollywood. Imagination.
Yeah, Shawnee, you just gotta have
Imagination.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just raw, go out there, do it.
I just realized every one of us has seen SpongeBob at some point in our life.
I have.
Okay.
Change.
Good. Because that's exactly how he did it. As twisted as that show was, I actually liked it. So
I do too. I still watch it from time to time. I'll watch it, on TV or something like that, or Pluto. I'll get on there and watch it, bring back memories. Oh my God, Gear Grinder don't even know what SpongeBob is.
he does. He's messing with you.
He just being silly. He's being silly, Patrick. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm
That's our
Patrick.
gear for you.
SpongeBobby.
Tiger, buddy, I don't know what else I could give you. I've got food and water. I've been giving you pettings all evening. I guess what it is not, I'm not looking at him.
Well, I got
Attention to the
one.
audience.
I got one that's been hanging around me all the time. If I'm in the living room, I'm surprised she's not in here. Is Kelly? She'll get on my chair right behind my back, above my head, lay there. Just right there. Yeah, I know the feeling.
You'll get a cat though, especially when you have several cats. You'll get one out of the bunch that
Mm-hmm.
is worried that the kittens are going to take all your attention away. And they don't really get the fact that you've been giving attention to all the cats equally. And
You talk.
cats are just weird.
You talking about that cat tree there? I gave you. You would think, well, why didn't I keep it from, and just in case I had more cats? Well, they never played on it. They never played on that cat tree. They never did climb. Well, I had one cat that climbed on the top of it, to the very top of it, and he was the only one that ever did. The rest of them wouldn't have a thing to do with it. Wouldn't even. You think, well, they like climbing. No.
Mine use it for part of their parkour. They bounce off of that thing onto a chair, onto something else, and run through the house and jump back up on it.
I thought these would do it too, but they didn't. I mean,
When they're tired, they'll sleep on it.
I even tried to show them, the younger ones. I said, here, no, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah.
It's just some cats are different. But I didn't need the thing. I'm glad they're getting some use out of it. I'm glad of that.
One lab accident away from being a supervillain.
And he is.
He's in my spot.
And, it is. He's one lab action away.
Yeah.
It's closer.
Yeah, when you're really far away and he looks green, it was really Frankenstein-esque. With the shape of it, the shape of his head.
Yeah.
Chili wrecked her bike on the way to work.
Wait, what?
He said she wrecked her bike on her way to work.
Is it a pedal bike or a
no.
motorcycle?
Wow,
Not cool. I hope you're okay, Shell.
Yeah, bike wrecks hurt.
Yeah, they do.
They're about the worst pain you can have is a bike wreck. God.
I got scars on me. I can't really show, but yeah. Like right here. I got one here.
Get it on your face.
Here. I got one here.
My God.
Ooh.
It's an e-bike. Okay.
Just landed on your face. Okay, that's all. It's just landed on my face. I did too, and I looked like I was in the worst fight of my life, and I had to go to school the next, when Monday come around. It was a steep hill, and I'm riding a BMX bike, and it was hot. It was humid. My shirt was sticking to me. So as I'm going down the hill, not thinking,
Oh, jeez.
I go like this trying to pull my shirt away, and I guess I either hit a bump or lost, balance. I don't even know what happened after that because I woke up and I was in somebody's house I'd never been in. It was like the person at the bottom of the hill, and there's blood in the sink. I mean, my face was all the way up here, it hit the pavement. My chest had rocks in it from the pavement,
Yeah.
and my back right here was just tore all to hell. When I went to school, they thought I'd been in a major fight. And I said the only thing I fought with was the pavement. And I mean, my friends had to tell me what happened because I don't know what happened. I literally do not know what happened. They had to tell me like step from step. He said he looked back and he saw me wreck. And I mean, it was a pretty good sized hill, and I had some pretty good speed going, but my shirt was just driving me nuts because it was stuck, and I felt like I couldn't, move.
I really thought you were going to
Horrible.
say that you took one hand and you did the try to get your shirt off while you were
No, I
riding.
just wanted.
That's what I thought you were going to do.
Yeah, I just wanted the wet away from my shirt, away from my body. Oh no. Jeez. Is your bike okay?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
There's a guy, he does YouTube stuff with his wife. They're an older couple. And he always has like a helmet that's rated for his e-bike because he rides his e-bike like miles, right? He does it all the time. He had that kind of thing where he doesn't know what happened, but he wrecked, and like he had months of he had to recover his arm and his face and was in the hospital and everything.
Wow. Yeah, even mom thought I was in a fight. I said, no, I just wrecked my bike. And I had to get.
She didn't say why it wrecked, did she?
How'd you wreck it?
And then was your bike toast, Barry? No.
Back then, they were pretty well built. Heavy metal.
Yes.
Heavy metal. But I mean, it didn't hurt it. I thought for sure my.
She hit
you
a
know.
hole.
Oh,
That'll do it.
Didn't you?
That'll make you.
Stupid pothole.
I'm actually glad it was on the BMX, not my 10-speed,
Yeah.
because I
Maybe
probably
that-
would have been
Yeah,
a lot
it would've
worse.
Yeah, it would have probably tore you up worse.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think,
right.
yeah. And then, like a year later, I let my brother-in-law at the time let him use my 10-speed, and he took it down this path he should never take a 10-speed on, and
Wow,
he wrecked it, and the tire was off.
The bike landed on her. Wow.
Oh no! Oh man, that sucks.
And probably your front tire probably is what you had to get fixed. When you hit that hole, probably busted it or bent the rim on it or something maybe.
Yeah, well, it was like 11 o'clock at night, so
Wow.
that was even.
I tell you what, you ever been tore up on a bike, you just have a wreck on a gravel road and see how it feels.
It's just like my husband he's wrecked his bike so many times. This was before he was a teenager and I met him. But then in his 20s or 30s he wrecked a bike. You Did you have a
Imagine.
backpack of clothes with you?
He beat herself.
Yes, that's real life. He was in his I think it was 20s still, not 30s yet, and he was showing off to a kid on a pedal bike, and his whole entire here got wrecked on gravel.
Ooh,
Oh.
yeah.
I now keep a lot of big medical supplies on hand because to change that 3 times a day for a
Yeah.
week, you know how many pieces you go through? And I have kids that eventually are going to wreck their bike. They haven't yet, but
Oh yeah, it's bound to happen at some point when you get a little bit bigger where they think they're good on it, then that's when
brave.
you're
Yeah.
going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And I face planted the gravel. My whole belly would be tore all to pieces and scratched up, and arms tore up on that gravel, picking gravel out of your skin.
Yes, right. That. Ugh.
Oh my God, it hurt for about a month after that. After it's
Well, and then
healing up.
the next day you're just so tense
Oh, you're and sore.
and
It's like,
sore.
oh
Like
my God.
I just fell in my basement once on the wet floor, like sideways, right? That
Mhm.
hurt, let alone if I was outside. So you're gonna feel that tomorrow. Shell.
Oh, she missed the pavement by an inch. Well, you're lucky.
Did you have a helmet on,
Who, me?
Shell?
Oh, Shell.
Or you? Whoever wants to answer.
I
'Cause
didn't.
E-bikes have their own rated helmet.
She probably did. Maybe. I tend to miss the
What?
pole and hit the floor.
You're an
How do you,
overshooter?
you do that, Shell? I can't understand that. I thought that was a guy thing.
Oh, if you don't tilt your pelvic the right way, you can shoot straight out versus down. Yeah. You fall
Oh.
all the time. You have a center of balance. That's off.
Yeah.
And they still made you go to work. Wouldn't that been enough to go home?
When I sit down, okay, I understand it's kind of sore. You're sore, yeah. And you'll be sore for a while. It's one of your wrists didn't said you couldn't hardly use your wrist.
Her wrist hurt, she said, yeah.
That you didn't break it, but you probably sprung them all to pieces. It's a wonder you didn't break them because you try to catch yourself with your wrist, with your hands. I broke my wrist like that once.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Catch myself.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, I have to say that the BMX bike had to be the worst because I was clotheslined. I was riding I think it was a Yamaha YZ80, I think is what it was called, motorcycle. It was a dirt bike, and we're cutting through this path in the woods that we just sort of half-ass made, and I look back to see where my friend is, and because there's a spot where you have to slow down. If you don't slow down, you're not going to make it. It was like a sharp left-hand turn, and I was probably going faster than I needed to. And when I turned back around to look in front of me, I saw the tree limb come really fast at me. It got clotheslined on the tree limb, and I flew off the bike and knocked the wind out of me. And
it hurt.
It hurt. It hurt. But I was more worried about catching my breath than I was the pain,
Oh yeah.
because it's just like you're being smothered. And my friend pulls up and he's going. He starts singing Georgia of the jungle. Watch out for that tree. I was cussing him when I caught my breath. I said, "You think it's funny?" I said, "Next time you come down through here, I'm gonna call your name and make you look back." Wham!
Yeah. Well, I tell you, things happen.
But it wasn't there before. What happened, I guess, is either the tree was dying or one of the limbs had got snapped or something.
hanging down, kind of hanging down.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that.
because you could see where the branch was down like this. It would have normally been above our heads, but it was down like this lower. And you can see where it was broken from the trunk. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I would have never seen that if, but oh,
Does Shell just work the front desk, or is she like housekeeping?
I'm not sure. I think that she is one of the managers.
Manager. Okay.
That's correct. If I'm wrong, she'll let me know. But
It's like typing and writing is probably a task. Inventory.
Well, to be quite honest with you, the more
Phone
I know
calls.
it may hurt to use it a little bit, but the more she does use it, not use it too much, but keep it moving.
that's both right.
You don't want to stiffen up on you.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, but it's really hard to work with a injured appendage. But
It's also it's hard to drive a 1970 Ford F100 with no power steering and your right hand in a cast.
very hard.
Oh my.
Then use my left to pull the gear shift down into gear, steer, and everything else. And yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. Because if you're at a standstill, you're best to get it going and hope you have enough clearance to turn, because there's not going to be any power steering there and you're going to be fighting that steering wheel.
Yeah, it's only good when you're moving.
Mhm. We talked about putting power steering in it, but it was just too costly and hard to find. Hard to find one that would fit that model that year. I'll tell you what, though, when you have a pickup truck, you can get a lot done.
Yeah.
Need some lumber? No problem. You got a truck.
No, I don't have one. I've been thinking about getting one, but I just never did.
You were thinking about getting a pickup truck, Randall?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Shell, the next day is usually when you start to really feel it.
Yeah, you still have adrenaline, I imagine. We're only 23 minutes in.
Yeah, it'll be hurting tomorrow. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was neat.
put an ice pack on. That's all you can do.
That bike wreck I did was on a Saturday, and I felt it like the next 2 or 3 days. My back and my hip and my head and my face, everything hurt.
Oh God, yeah, I remember them days.
You say it was pretty damn funny though. Well, I mean, if you can laugh at it, then you come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
It means you're pretty tough too. So
And that wasn't the first time and last time I ever had a wreck on the bike. I was several of them after that. It was just like, and after, I'm not doing that no more. I'm just not going to do it.
I was a very cautious bike rider. If I wiped out, it's because I was running ridiculously somewhere and I slipped.
Well, I think the best I can remember, I got into the loose gravel, and that's what caused me to wreck. My husband said, "Don't get hit," and then I smashed into the.
oops. Because my mouse is screwing up again.
You need to kill that mouse and get another one.
Yeah. Piece of shite.
You ought to put some ears on it. It would be a mouse then.
My cats wouldn't leave it alone. It's half-ass working now, so you have to press for the left button. You have to press right on, almost on the edge right here.
Yeah, it's about foobarred.
Yeah, I've had it 5 years, so
Well, you can't beat that then. Now you got your use out of it, so don't worry.
it's an on product.
Mhm.
Go in and
Yeah.
cheapest one Walmart had at the time when I bought my laptop.
I got a wired one. That's what I use. A wired. It's wired, but it's
Optical, yeah.
yeah.
I remember the ball ones. You used to have to take them apart and clean them.
Oh God, I
Yeah.
hate them.
Right?
Yeah, you just,
I know.
I don't care how clean your hands were. They still, just got crud up in there.
Yeah, and also it doesn't matter. It didn't matter how clean your mouse pad was. Didn't matter.
Yeah.
It's still after about a week, and you had to go right there again and unstick it. What if I had this thing at my butt? Because it's all kinds of it's nasty looking. Who's been using my mouses to wipe their butt with?
I tried a bunch of stuff they said to try online, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When you get to that point, it said out. Oh, that's why there's a trash can picture on the bottom of it.
Uh-huh.
It says don't throw it away, but you know what? I mean, I may have to.
Yeah, we're going to trash that sucker. I'm going to look at mine, see if mine's got one on it.
Yeah, they want you to take it
Yeah,
to
it
the
does.
recycling center.
It does
Or
have. Do not
electronics.
throw it away. Well, why not, sir?
Is it atomic?
It's my mouse if I want to. I'll throw it away.
The radioactive material in that? What's the
I
deal?
guess. I don't know. Weird. Maybe the laser. Maybe the freaking laser.
Laser.
Freaking laser. Fire the freaking laser.
Oh.
Open the freaking laser gun beams on their heads.
Laser. Share your referral link. Wow.
You what?
Share your referral link.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. What in the crap? Referral link.
Share the StreamYard referral with your audience and earn $25 for every successful referral, while your viewers receive $10 in StreamYard credit to get started. It's a win-win for both you and your audience.
Wow, it's even more of a win-win for me because since I don't pay for it,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, joke's on them, isn't it? Oh, they're probably listening.
Oh well.
Oh no.
They got a lot of flack when they raised the cost of it.
Oh God, well soon.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I mean, I understand it's not that much of a cost to, I don't know about things like that anymore. I didn't give up thinking about it.
Well, we've been 2 hours on the air, and I think that's a good cutoff point here in just a minute.
2 hours is good for anybody.
Or almost 3 hours. I'm sorry.
Anything past that is you're wasting.
Yeah.
You're wasting.
Tripped over my headset.
Oh no.
It's
Wait a minute. There's something going around. Everyone's being clumsy tonight.
I wouldn't laugh about that, but I ain't going to.
I didn't break it, so I'm not
Yeah.
good.
It's a good thing you had your mic muted. We'd probably heard it.
And then it was, yeah, exactly, because it crashed hard.
It'd been like that night she was on there, had that thing behind her, and she knocked
I-
it over.
I about did it again because the other night I had it up, but I didn't put the shelves in it, so it was like
Oh.
blowing in the wind. And I went like this to stretch, and I knocked the one. And once it gets off balance without the
I
shelves
missed
in it,
that one.
but it didn't fall.
Oh,
It didn't, but I was like, oh.
that was so funny. I laughed. It was funny.
The lights were dark for that show too, so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
That was funny. It was very entertaining.
You said we're saying goodbye to the crowd.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
3 hours is long enough.
Goodbye, crowd.
Thanks
Goodbye,
a lot,
everybody.
everyone. Shell, it's been good seeing you again.
I'm glad y'all got to see me. You may sleep good tonight, knowing you
Thanks.
see me.
Thanks to Shawnee and Randall for coming up and joining me on this thing.
I didn't have nothing better to do.
Yeah, well,
That's kind of how yeah.
Whatever. I appreciate you appreciate me.
yeah, appreciate that you appreciate me appreciating you.
Not really. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it to be nice. No, I didn't really mean it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.